All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different.
Ah,
No,
oh,
no, 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 no. It's going to be good.
okay. All right.
We're talking about checklists today,
Okay.
and I know what you're thinking.
What's that?
Checklists. That sounds boring, right?
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
But we're gonna make it interesting. I promise.
Okay. All right. I'm all ear.
Because actually, checklists can be incredibly powerful tools.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to be drawing from Atul Gawande's book, The Checklist Manifesto.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, have you read it?
Not all the way through, no.
Okay. Well, we've got the book, and we've also got a podcast interview with the author himself.
Oh, cool.
And the whole point of this is to really explore, how even highly skilled professionals,
Hmm.
people who have been doing what they do for years and years and years, how they can benefit from using checklists.
Yeah. I mean, I can see how it would be useful for like beginners or people who are just starting out. But, if you're an expert in your field, do you really need a checklist?
That's the common misconception, right?
Yeah.
Is that checklists are just for beginners.
Right.
But Gawande, he actually completely refutes that idea
Interesting.
because it's not just about, not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's about complexity and information overload.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why even experts can make mistakes.
Okay. I'm starting
Yeah.
to see your point.
Yeah, and his core argument really is that checklists combat human fallibility,
Okay.
not a lack of knowledge.
That makes sense. I mean, we're all human. We all
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Exactly.
Even the best of us.
Right. And Gawande, he's a surgeon himself, so
Oh,
he's coming at this from a place of experience.
yeah. That definitely adds some credibility.
Right.
So what kind of examples does he give in the book?
Well, in the podcast interview, he talks about this really interesting statistic
Okay.
about surgical safety checklists.
Mm.
He says that after hospitals implemented these checklists, complications from surgery decreased by 36%.
Wow, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, and deaths fell by 47%.
47%.
47%
That's incredible.
just by using a checklist.
Yeah, I mean, I knew checklists could be helpful, but I had no idea they could have that kind of impact.
It's mind-blowing.
It really is
So then the question is why?
Right, why are they so effective?
Why are they so effective?
Yeah.
And Gawande, he says it's because checklists ensure that critical steps aren't missed,
Okay.
especially in high-pressure situations.
That makes sense.
When you're in the operating room or you're flying a plane or you're building a skyscraper,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much going on.
Yeah,
It's easy to get flustered
right.
and forget something important.
So a checklist basically acts as like a backup for your brain.
Exactly.
It helps you stay on track and make sure you don't miss anything crucial.
Right. And in the book, he also talks about the qualities of an effective checklist.
Okay, so it's not just about writing down a bunch of random tasks.
No. It's got to be well designed.
Right.
So what are some of the things that make a good checklist? Well, he says that, first of all, it needs to be short and simple.
Okay.
You don't want it to be this long, overwhelming document.
Right.
It should just focus on the most crucial steps.
Got it.
And second, it needs to be clear and specific.
Okay.
No room for ambiguity.
Yeah.
You want to use clear verbs, avoid jargon, and make each step easily understandable.
So like check the fuel gauge, not ensure adequate fuel levels.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And then finally, it needs to be actionable,
Actionable?
meaning it's designed for use in the thick of things.
Okay, so it's not just a theoretical list, it's something you can actually use in real time.
Right.
So it's kind of like a tool that helps you perform better.
Exactly. It should enhance your performance, not hinder it.
Okay, I like that.
And so, thinking about this, I was wondering, could there be a downside to being too reliant on checklists?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like could they stifle creativity or prevent us from adapting to unexpected situations?
That's a good question.
I mean, they're tools, right?
Right.
And like any tool, they can be misused.
Mhm.
So I think the key is to use them strategically.
Okay,
They should provide a safety net for the most critical steps,
right.
but they shouldn't replace critical thinking or flexibility.
So it's about finding the right balance.
Exactly.
Using checklists to support your expertise, not to replace it.
Right. And so, thinking about this, I'm curious,
Yeah.
what's one area in your life
Mhm.
where you think a checklist could help you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Let me think about that for a second.
Yeah, take your time.
I mean, I'm always looking for ways to be more productive and efficient.
Right.
Maybe a checklist for my morning routine could help me get out the door faster.
Well, that's a good idea.
Or maybe a checklist for writing these podcast episodes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that could be helpful.
Make sure we hit all the key points.
Yeah.
Don't ramble too much.
Well, I think we do a pretty good job of that already.
Yeah. You're right.
But I do think Gawande's message is really important.
What's that?
No matter how experienced you are, checklists can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
They can help us avoid mistakes and achieve better results.
Absolutely.
So why not give it a shot?
Right.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to try it.
me too.
What about you, listeners?
Yeah, what complex task could you simplify or improve with a well-designed checklist?
Hmm. Something to think about.
All right, everybody, that's all the time we have for today.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.